नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया।
नित्यं भागवत सेवया।
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
श्रीमद्भागवतम Canto 1 Chapter 14 verse 35 and 36. Mangalaya च लोकानां
मंगलाय च लोकानां
क्षेमाय च भवाय च
क्षेमाय च भवाय च
आस्ते यदुकुलाम्बोधा
आस्ते यदुकुलाम्बोधौ
आद्यो अनन्तसखा पुमान्
आद्यो अनन्तसखा पुमान्
यद्बाहुदण्डगुप्तायां
यत्बाहुदण्डगुप्तायां
स्वपुर्यां यदवोरुचिता इदन्ति परमानन्दम्
परमानन्दं
महापौरुषिका इव
महापौरुषिका इव
मङ्गलाय च लोकानां
मङ्गलाय च लोकानां
क्षेमाय च भवाय च
क्षेमाय च भवाय च
आस्ते यदुकुलाम्बोधा
आस्ते यदुकुलाम्बोधौ
आद्योऽनन्तसखा पुमान्
आद्योऽनन्तसखा पुमान्
यद्बाहुदण्डगुप्तायां
यद्बाहुदण्डगुप्तायां
स्वपुर्यां यादवो अर्चिता
स्वपुर्यां यदवो अर्चिता
क्रीडन्ति परमानन्दम्
क्रीडन्ति परमानन्दं
महापौरुषिका इव
महापौरुषिका इव
प्रीतिरूपिणी राधिका फर्स्ट श्लोका, दिव्य रूप रेवती सेकंड श्लोका।
मंगलाय च लोकानां
मंगलाय च
लोकानां
क्षेमाय च भवाय च
प्रेमाय च
भवाय च
आस्ते यदुकुलाम्बोधवा
आस्ते यदुकुलाम्बोधौ
आद्योऽनन्तसखा पुमान्
आद्योऽनन्तसखा पुमान्
यद्बाहुदण्डगुप्तायां
यद्बाहुदण्डगुप्तायां
स्वपुर्यां यदवो अर्चिता
स्वपुर्यां यदवोर्चिता
क्रीडन्ति परमानन्दम्
क्रीडन्ति परमानन्दम्
Mahapauroshika Eva.
Mahaparushika
Iva.
Krishna Chandra Nandakumar.
Mangalaya Chalokana.
Mangalaya
Mangalaya cha
Chalokana.
Lokana.
Kemaya cha Bhavaya cha.
Kshemaya cha Bhavaya
Bhavaya cha.
Aste Yadu Kulambodha.
Aste
Aste
Yadukulam Bodha.
Yadkulambodha.
Adyo Ananta Sakha Puman.
Adyo Ananta Sakha Puman.
Yad Bahu Danda Guptaya.
Yadbahu Danda
Yadbahudanda
Guptaya.
Guptaya.
Sapuryam Yadavodichita.
Sapuryam
Swapuryam
Yadavo Archita.
Yadavachita.
Kridanti Paramanandam.
Kridanti
Kridanti
Paramanandam.
Paramanandam.
Mahapaurishika Iva.
Mahapauroshika Eva.
Mahapurushaiva. Translation and purport by Srivan Girisavai Charnarinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Synonyms: Mangalaya for all good.
Mangalaya.
Mangalaya for all
For all
good.
Cha also.
Also
Lokanam of all the planets.
Lokanam of all the planets.
Kshemaya for protection.
Kshemaya for protection.
Cha and
Cha
Bhavaya for elevation.
Bhavaya for elevation.
Cha also.
Cha also
Aste is there.
is there.
Yadukula Ambodha in the ocean of the Yadu dynasty.
Yadukula Ambodha. In the ocean, Yadu dynasty.
Adya, the original.
Adya in the original.
Ananta Sakha in the company of Ananta Balarama.
Ananta Sakha in the company of Ananta Balarama.
Kuman, the supreme enjoyer.
Kuma, the supreme enjoyer.
Yat whose.
Yat whose
Bahu Danda Guptayam being protected by his arms.
Bahu Danda Guptayam being protected by his arms.
Sapuryam in his own city.
Sapuryam in his own city.
Yadava, the members of the Yadu family.
Yadava, members of the Yadu family.
Archita, as they deserve.
Archita as they deserve.
Kridanti, or a relishing.
Kridanti are relishing.
Paramanandam, transcendental pleasure.
Paramanandam, transcendental pleasure.
Mahapaurishika, the residence of the spiritual sky.
Mahapaurishika, the residence of the spiritual sky.
Eva, like.
Eva, like.
Translation, please repeat after me. The original personality of Godhead, the enjoyer, and Balarama, the primary Lord Ananta.
The original personality of Godhead, the enjoyer, and Balarama, the primeval Lord Ananta,
Are straying in the ocean of the Yadu dynasty for the welfare.
staying in the ocean of the Yadu dynasty for the welfare,
Protection, and general progress of the entire universe.
protection, and general progress of the entire universe.
And the members of the Yadu dynasty.
And the members of the Yadu dynasty
Being protected by the arms of the Lord.
being protected by the arms of the Lord,
Are enjoying life like the residents of the spiritual sky.
are enjoying life like the residents of the spiritual sky.
Purport.
May I read?
Yeah. Yes, please.
As we have discussed many times, the personality of Godhead Vishnu resides within each and every universe in two capacities, namely as the Garbhodakshai Vishnu and the Kshirodakshai Vishnu. The Kshirodakshai Vishnu has his own planet on the northern top of the universe, and there is a great ocean of milk where the Lord resides on the bed of the Ananta incarnation of Baladeva. Thus, Maharaj Yudhishthir has compared the Yadu dynasty to the ocean of milk and Sri Balrama to the Ananta where Lord Krishna resides. He has compared the citizens of Dwarka to the liberated inhabitants of the Vaikuntha Lokas. Beyond the material sky, further than we can see with our eyes and beyond the sevenfold coverings of the universe, there is the causal ocean in which all the universes are floating like footballs, and beyond the causal ocean, there is an unlimited span of spiritual sky, generally known as the effulgence of Brahman. Within this effulgence, there are innumerable spiritual planets, and they are known as the Vaikuntha planets. Each and every Vaikuntha planet is many, many times bigger than the biggest universe within the material world, and in each of them there are innumerable inhabitants who look exactly like Lord Vishnu. These inhabitants are known as the Mahapurushikas, or persons directly engaged in service of the Lord. They are happy in those planets and are without any kind of misery, and they live perpetually in full youthfulness, enjoying life in full bliss and knowledge, without fear of birth, death, old age, or disease, and without the influence of Kala, eternal time. Maharaj Yudhishthir has compared the inhabitants of Dwarka to the Mahapurushikas of Vaikuntha Loka because they are so happy with the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, there are many references to the Vaikuntha Lokas, and they are mentioned there as Madham, or the kingdom of Lord.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pathak Swamin Ete Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakata Damadhaya Nagara Grama Tarine Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadhe Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudanam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangun Langai Tegrim Kripa Tamam Desri Gurum Denatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Meshwaram Hariyam Tatsat. So this is a very beautiful purport. As Yudhishthira Maharaj was comparing the real Vaikuntha Loka to this particular Dwaraka, the Yadukula dynasty, and the Yadavas are naturally liberated because they are living in the association of the Lord. Yudhishthira Maharaj also has compared the Yadu dynasty to the ocean of milk. He also compared Sri Balaram to the Ananta where Lord Krishna resides. So this comparison, the citizens of Dwaraka to the liberated inhabitants of Vaikuntha Loka, which is beyond the material sky. And so this very beautifully he has given. And Prabhupada is very wonderfully quoting these things in this particular purport and reminding us about so many times in the past we have seen in the purports of Srimad Bhagavatam by Srila Prabhupada that the Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, resides actually in three capacities all over. One is Karnodakasai Vishnu, and in each of the universe once entering, then there are in two capacities. From the Karnodakasai Vishnu, the expansion goes into each of the universe as Garbhodakasai Vishnu, and from the Garbhodakasai Vishnu, there is a Kshirodakasai Vishnu. Kshirodakasai Vishnu has his own planet on the north top of every universe. And there is an ocean of milk where Lord resides on the bed of Ananda incarnation. So Kshirodakasai Vishnu is also staying in the Ananta bed. And the same Kshirodakasai Vishnu is present in every atom of this particular universe. Plus in everybody's heart as Paramatma is also the expansion of the Kshirodakasai Vishnu. So this we have discussed so many times in the past as Srila Prabhupada, denotes here. And of course, all the universes we will be seeing in the second canto, how these universes are created and how it will be sevenfold covering each of the universe. The sevenfold covering, each one is 10 times bigger than the other. Then there is a causal ocean which is outside the universe where millions and millions of different sizes of universes are floating like footballs. Beyond the causal ocean, only unlimited span of spiritual sky. The causal ocean is 1/4 of the entire existence, both spiritual and material. The 3/4 is the spiritual sky. And that is where the complete self-effulgent, innumerable spiritual planets called Vaikuntha planets are there. And within each and every Vaikuntha planet, you will find many times bigger than the biggest universe within the material world, each of the Vaikuntha planet. Our universe is the smallest of the material world. For this universe, there is only 4-headed Brahma is enough to, create. So we have 4-headed Brahma as the first-born living being, the original living being. Thene Brahma Hridayadikavaye. Hridayadikavaye means Brahma, the original living being. Yours is the smallest, universe. So you can imagine about biggest universe. We cannot actually imagine the biggest universe because there are Brahma with a 4-head only. We have the smallest universe, which is 4 billion miles in the size. But there are Brahmas with a 10-head for a bigger universe. There are Brahma with 100 head for even bigger universe. There is Brahma with 1,000-headed universes, and there are Brahma with 10,000 heads, and there is Brahma with 1 lakh head, and then is Brahma with 1 million heads, and so on. Depending upon the size of the universe, the Brahma has many heads for creation. So this particular Vaikuntha Lokas, on the other hand, is the big, very many times bigger than the biggest universe within the material world. That is each of the Vaikuntha Loka in the spiritual sky. And the inhabitants of this particular Vaikuntha Loka, they are known as Mahapurushikas. Means they are engaged in the service of the Lord, direct service of the Lord. And they are naturally happy because they are having no misery. First, we have Adhyatmika Klesha, Adi Bhautika Klesha, Adi Daivika Klesha, 3 types of misery. And there is no misery in Vaikuntha. That is why it is called Vaikuntha. Vai means no. Kuntha means miseries. So where there is no miseries, no birth, no death, no old age, no disease, time cannot control. That is the place of Vaikuntha. Its full life is full of blissful and knowledge and always youthful. There is no old age, so wherefrom you will grow old. So that is the life in Vaikuntha planet, and the influence of time is not existing there. And Maharaja Yudhishthira has compared those inhabitants of Dwarka to those Mahapurushikas of Vaikuntha Loka. Why? Because they're so happy with the Lord. Where there is Lord, that is Vaikuntha. So they are all very happy. In the Bhagavad Gita also, there are so many references to all these Vaikuntha Lokas as Madhama, or kingdom of the Lord. That is Krishna's world, Krishna's universe, Krishna's lokas. Okay, so topmost amongst all the spiritual planets which are called Vaikuntha Loka, the topmost planet is called Goloka Vrindavana. So that Goloka Vrindavana is far high above all the Vaikuntha planets together. So that where Krishna lives with Radharani and all his friends and all the Yashoda Mai and all the paternal affection, all kind of 5 relationships that Krishna offers in the introduction to Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada gives us. So all those relationships are experienced by those pure unalloyed devotees in the Goloka Vrindavana Dhamma. So that's the purport of this particular verse. Let's go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 14, verse 37. Yatpada Susrushana Mukhya Karmana.
Yatpada Susrushana Mukhya Karmana.
Satyadhayodhyashta Sahasrayoshita.
Satyadayodhyashta Sahasrayoshita.
Nirjitya Sankhye Tridasham Stadashisho.
Nirjitya Sankhye Tridasham Stadashisho.
Haranti Vajrayudhavallabhochita.
Haranti Vajrayudha Vallabhochita.
Yatpada Susrushana Mukhya Karmana.
Yatpada Susrushana Mukhya Karmana.
Satyadayodvyashta Sahasrayoshita.
Satyadayodvyashta Sahasrayoshita.
Nirjitya Sankhye Tridasham Stadashisho.
Nirjitya Sankhye Tridasham Stadashisho.
Haranti Vajrayudhavallabhochita.
Haranti Vajrayudha Vallabhochita.
Priti Rupini is that?
Yatpada Susrushana Mukhya Karmana.
Yatpada Susrushana Mukhya Karmana.
Satyadayodhyashta Sahasrayoshita.
Satyadayodhyashta Sahasrayoshita.
Nirjitya Sankhye Tridasham Stadashisho.
Nirjitya Sankhye Tridasham Stadashisho.
Haranti Vajrayudhavallabhochita.
Haranti Vajrayudha Vallabhochita.
Krishna Chandra.
Yatpada Susrushana Mukhya Karmana.
Yatpada Susrushana Mukhya Karmana.
Satyadayodvyashta Sahasrayoshita.
Satyadayodvyashta Sahasrayoshita.
Nirjitya Sankhye Tridasham Stadashisho.
Nirjitya Sankhye Tridasham Stadashisho.
Haranti Vajrayudha Vallabhochita.
Haranti Vajrayudha Vallabhochita.
Santushtanita is there.
यत्पाद शुश्रूषणा मुख कर्मणा
कर्मणा
सत्यादयो द्वि अष्टसहस्रयोषिता निर्जित्य सांख्ये त्रिदासं तदाशिषो हरन्ति वज्रयुध वल्लभोचिता
दिव्य रूप रेवती
यत्पाद शुश्रूषण मुख्य कर्मणा
कर्मणा
सत्यादयो द्वि अष्टसहस्रयोषिता निर्जित्य संख्ये त्रिदशां तद अशिषो हरन्ति व्रज युद्ध भलभोचिता
Synonyms. Yat, whose. Pada, feet. Susrushana, administration of comforts.
Administration of comforts.
Mukhya, the most important.
the most important.
Karmana, by the acts of. Satya Adaya, queens headed by Satyabhama. Dvi-ashta, twice 8. Sahasra, 1,000. Yoshita, the fair sex. Nirjitya, by subduing. Sankhye, in the battle. Tridashan, of the denizens of heaven. Tat ashisha, what is enjoyed by the demigods. Aranti, do take away. Vajra Ayudha Vallabha, the wives of the personality who controls the thunderbolt.
Vajra Ayudha Vallabha, the wife of the personality who controls the thunderbolt.
Uchita, deserving.
Uchita, deserving.
Translation, please repeat after. Simply by administering comforts at the lotus feet of the Lord.
Simply by administering comforts at the lotus feet of the Lord.
Which is the most important of all services.
Which is the most important of all services.
The queens at Dwaraka headed by Satyabhama.
The queens
at Dwaraka headed by Satyabhama
induced the Lord to conquer the demigods.
Induced the Lord to conquer the demigods.
Thus the queens enjoy things which are prerogatives of the wives of the controller of the thunderbolts.
Thus the queens enjoy things which are prerogatives of the wives of the controller of thunderbolts.
Purport.
Satyabhama, one of the principal queens of Lord Sri Krishna at Dwarka. After killing Narakasura, Lord Krishna visited the palace of Narakasura accompanied by Satyabhama. He went to Indraloka also with Satyabhama, and she was received by Sachidevi, who introduced her to the mother of the demigods, Aditi. Aditi was very much pleased with Satyabhama, and she blessed her with the benediction of permanent youth as long as Lord Krishna remained on the earth. Aditi also took her with her to show her the special prerogatives of the demigods in the heavenly planets. When Satyabhama saw the Parijata flower, she desired to have it in her palace at Dwarka. After that, she came back to Dwarka along with her husband and expressed her willingness to have the Parijata flower at her palace. Satyabhama's palace was especially bedecked with valuable jewels, and even in the hottest season of summer, the inside of the palace remained cool as if air conditioned. She decorated her palace with various flags, heralding the news of her great husband's presence there. Once along with her husband, she met Draupadi, and she was anxious to be instructed by Draupadi in the ways and means of pleasing her husband. Draupadi was expert in this affair because she kept 5 husbands, the Pandavas, and all were very much pleased with her. On receipt of Draupadi's instructions, she was very much pleased and offered her good wishes and returned to Dwarka. She was the daughter of Satrajit. After the departure of Lord Krishna, when Arjuna visited Dwarka, all the queens, including Satyabhama and Rukmani, lamented for the Lord with great feeling. At the last stage of her life, she left for the forest to undergo severe penance. Satyabhama instigated her husband to get the Parijat flower from the heavenly planets, and the Lord got it even by force from the demigods, as a common husband secures things to please his wife. As already explained, the Lord had very little to do with so many wives to carry out their orders like an ordinary man. But because the queens accepted the high quality of devotional service, namely administering the Lord all comforts, the Lord played the part of a faithful and complete husband. No earthly creature can expect to have things from the heavenly kingdom, especially the Parijat flowers, which are simply to be used by the demigods. But due to their becoming the Lord's faithful wives, all of them enjoyed the special prerogatives of the great wives of the denizens of heaven. In other words, since the Lord is the proprietor of everything within his creation, it is not very astonishing for the queens of Dwarka to have any rare thing from any part of the universe.
Hariom Tatsad, very beautifully Prabhupada has narrated a wonderful pastime of how Satyabhama has induced Lord Krishna. Actually, the Narakasura has stolen all the greatest princes across the universe and imprisoned them in the prison house he has constructed on the Meru. And Indradev and all other demigods were praying because Narakasura has taken over everybody and he was the ruler and he lived there. So the Swargaloka people cannot live peacefully because Narakasura was controller. So they all begged Lord Krishna to kill Narakasura and beg them. But actually Narakasura is also son of Satyabhama. When Lord Varaha lifted the earth. So at that time, the earth, Satyabhama is the expansion of Radharani, of course. She is representing Radharani and she is also the Bhumi earth. So when the Narakasura was imprisoning all these princes, and Indra and other demigods have requested Krishna to kill Narakasura. Then Krishna has requested Satyabhama permission to kill him. And Satyabhama gave permission, and Satyabhama went with Lord Krishna to kill her own son, Narakasura, in order to protect the demigods. And they killed Narakasura and released all the 16,000 princes who all wanted to marry Krishna. And later he has married all of them according to proper rituals and whatever the processes. But after killing Narakasura and on the request of Satyabhama, entrusting the kingdom to his son and releasing all the princesses, when they were coming back from the heavenly planet, at that time, Satyabhama saw the Parijata flower, because the Parijata flower tree is only available in the heavenly planets. It is not available on the earth at that time. And she wanted to have the Parijata tree in her courtyard in the Dwarakapuri here, so that she can offer the Parijata flower to Krishna every day, and all the queens of Dwaraka could enjoy offering the service to Lord Krishna, because it is the best available Parijata flower. So she has requested that Parijata be on her courtyard. So Lord Krishna, she just wanted a flower, but Lord Krishna has uprooted the whole Parijata tree and he brought to the earth. Now, having seen this particular activity of Lord Krishna taking the Parijata flower to the earthen planet, the Sachi, who is the wife of Indra, who actually welcomed Satyabhama and greeted and so nicely behaved, and Indra, who were very pleased by when Nargasura was killed and thanked Krishna. So the Sachi induced her husband, Indra, that you see, Krishna is taking away the Parijata flower, and that is mine. So immediately, Lord Indra, Krishna and Satyabhama came to protect Indra to kill the Asura, and they did that. There is no thank giving also. And Indra came and immediately waged a war against Lord Krishna in order to stop the Parijata tree from there. This is the materialistic sense gratificatory people. Even though he's a demigod, he's the Indra, and he is the king of all the demigods, look at the behavior like a henpecked husband. And then he came to fight Krishna, who actually protected him by killing Narakasura, both Satyabhama and Krishna. He came to fight to snatch away that particular Parijata. But when it comes to fight Krishna, he acted as a Kshatriya then. And then he has conquered Indra and everybody and forcibly brought this particular Parijata tree to the courtyard of Satyabhama. And because of Satyabhama's this mercy, all the queens of Dwarakas were able to serve Krishna with the Parijata flower. And that is why they are celebrated here as the what is that called? They are administering the Lord all comforts, and they have been enjoying the heavenly kingdoms, what do you call, special prerogative of the great wives of the denizens of the heaven. However, even the heavenly planet and everything, Krishna is the proprietor. It is all his creation. So this is not very surprising that, okay, these queens of Dwaraka, who has certain, any rare thing they can get from any part of the creation of Lord Krishna, because they are serving Krishna, they are devotees of Krishna. So what is the difficulty for them? But this is how the living entity, even at the Indra level, where in the Krishna all the way went there, Satyabhama all the way went to kill her own son to protect Indra and others. And now when they took just one Parijata, after all, unlimited Parijata trees are there in the heavenly planet. What goes wrong if he takes one? And then he comes to fight. See? So this is the kind of behavior of the living entities. So that is the way, only one way to get rid of all this enviousness, jealous, and what is called rebellious nature against Lord Krishna, despite knowing well Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, and rebelling against him is no good for Indra. And so this kind of attitude will be gone only when we engage in the pure, unalloyed, loving devotion service to Krishna through a bona fide spiritual master. Then we will never be agitated to act against Krishna, even though we will be entrusted with such a highest post like Indra or even Brahma. You know, the devotees are always servant of Krishna. That is the beauty of the decoration of the Vaishnavas. The decoration of Vaishnava is devotional service. The decoration of Vaishnava is the meek and humble attitude, with such a humble state of mind that he thinks himself lower than the straw in the street. And then he gives all respect to others, tolerate any self humility and humiliation, and he always ready to give respect to others, not expecting any self prestige. With such a mental attitude, he chants the holy name of Krishna. So that is Vaishnava. They will not be agitated by any act of so-called demigods or anybody else for that. When there is Krishna, they take direct devotional service to Krishna and they don't have anything else to think of. Satyabhama, she is even ready to prepare to kill her own son for want of Krishna. Krishna wanted to kill him, but she's the son of Krishna and Satyabhama. So, Narakasura. But so Krishna respectfully asked Satyabhama the permission. And Satyabhama, whatever pleases Krishna will only please her. Not her son will please her. Killing her son will displease. Not like that. That is called a pure devotional service. So Satyabhama stands atop here to exhibit a wonderful, pure devotional attitude. And as soon as when she was coming, she was thinking how to serve Krishna more pleasing. He who has killed her son, okay, and she wants to please him. And while coming back, she thought, okay, let me have this parijata flower in my courtyard so that I can serve you nicely with this parijata flower. It's a very good aroma. It is to be meant for Krishna. Immediately, she selects the best of the thing in the entire heavenly planet, heavenly kingdom. Satyabhama has selected his parijata flower, and she wanted to serve Krishna with that flower. You see the attitude of the pure devotional mentality. Nothing attracted her for her own sense gratification. The parijata flower she wants, and in her courtyard, because Krishna comes every day to the house and she wants to, decorate Krishna with this parijata flower. This is the servile attitude. Everything best, whatever you see, you must utilize in the service of Krishna. That is called a renunciation. That is renunciation. That is the devotional service power. There's so much love for Krishna that anything best you saw, immediately you want to utilize in the service of Krishna. Madhavendra Puri, on the order of Gopal, he went to Puri in order to take the Malaya Chandan, and while on the way, he took rest at the Shirashora Gopinath. Shirashora Gopinath was not called Shirashora Gopinath at that time. And in the Gopinath temple, he stayed and he heard about the special kheer. The kheer is a milk sweet rice, and that is offered to Lord Gopinatha. So he was thinking how to serve my Gopal. If this particular sweet rice is so tasty here, my Gopal, I want to serve him also. If I get a little prasadam and I will taste it, then I will find out how it can be prepared, and then I will go and prepare it for my Gopal. This is the attitude of the pure devotees. Always when they heard about something best, they want to immediately utilize in the service of Krishna. And even that, Madhavendra Puri considered offense. Oh my God, what type of person I am? I am a sense gratifier. I was thinking to taste the Shira of this Gopinath. Oh my God, what for? Actually, he was thinking he wanted to taste so that with the same taste, he can prepare the same preparation for his Gopal in Govardhanagiri. That was his actual purity. But still he thinks himself fallen because I thought to taste something that is yet to be offered to the Lord. So I am not qualified to stay here. He left the place immediately. That is the meek and humbleness. That is a meek and humbleness. There was no fault in his hand, but still he considered that as a great fault. That how can I think of, even though it was for Gopal only, how can I think of tasting something that is not yet offered to Krishna? He considered it as a great offense. But on the other hand, the Lord is so reciprocal, like this Krishna here forcibly fought with Indra, conquered all of them, and he has forcibly brought the Parijata tree to the earth, to the Dwaraka, and presented to his beautiful queens. So like that, there also Kirasura Gopinath name came because that Gopinath, he has understood the desire of Madhavendra Puri. So after offering, he has hidden one particular pot of kheer, sweet rice, behind him. Nobody knows. The Pujari didn't know. Pujari came and took the remnants and he went and he distributed the prasadam and he went to sleep. So when he went to sleep, at that time, Gopinath came into the dream of the head Pujari, and then he told, hey Pujari, get up. You see, I have stolen one pot of this sweet rice, kheer, and I kept it behind me. you come into the Garbhagriha, take it and carry this to Madhavendra Puri and give it to him, this prasadam. So this is the reciprocation to the pure love of a devotee by this Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, kyunki he is Bhavagrahi Janardana, Bhaktya Mama Bhi Janati. Only through pure devotion you can conquer the Lord. Does things that nobody does. As a Vigraha, he is that, and he stole. So his name became very famous as Akshira Chora Gopinath. So the Gopinath, the stealer of the, sweet rice. So this is a sweet pastime with Madhavendra Puri. So here, Satyabhama, with which Krishna reciprocates similarly, so beautifully. So this is the very mellow relationship between Lord and his pure devotees. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization? Please do share with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So let's resume our Srimad Bhagavatam tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Till then, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Patita Pavan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Vaishnav Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha Vishnu Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitai aur Premanande.